Teachers who nurture a growth mindset promote resilience, adaptability, and a willingness to try new learning strategies in a peaceful classroom. Hello everyone, my name is Bianca Reyes and welcome to QC Teachers Tayo para sa paghilom, pagbangon, at pag-asa. With so many tasks to accomplish, teachers sometimes follow the same syllabi, thinking that these have been tried and tested. But we all know that conditions are not the same each year. There is a need to find out how educators can continue to encourage students to embrace challenges and foster a love for learning both for themselves and their students. For this reason, the Miriam College Center for Peace Education and the Department of Psychology bring you this webinar entitled Developing a Growth Mindset. Allow me to introduce our speaker for today. Dr. Ronaldo Motilla is an associate professor, registered psychologist, trainer, facilitator, and a lifelong learner. He assists individuals in nurturing their character strengths, health, and well-being through his seminars and workshops. He finished his PhD in clinical psychology and MA in economics from the Ateneo de Manila University. Dr. Motilla is the co-founder of the Philippine Positive Psychology Association and chair of the Special Interest Group in Positive Psychology of the Psychological Association of the Philippines. A lifelong learner indeed, Dr. Ronnie has completed his special diploma in positive psychology and well-being at the School of Positive Psychology in Singapore. Let us all welcome Dr. Ronald A. Motilla. Hi, Dr. Ronnie.
Hi, Bianca. Thank you so much for that generous introduction.
So
Good
we
day,
are all
everybody.
excited to hear your talk. Could you let us know your objectives?
Yeah, okay. So the title of my talk is Developing a Growth Mindset. And I only have one very, very important objective. No? Essentially, my talk is going to answer the following questions. Why do people shy or run away from challenges? And why do people wilt or tumitiklop in the face of failure? And why do people embrace challenges? And lastly, why do others thrive or lumalago sila in the face of failures and also challenges in life?
Okay, that sounds great. So, Dr. Ronnie, the virtual floor is now yours.
So again, the title of my talk is Developing a Growth Mindset. And I will just make a disclaimer first that I am not receiving any financial support, royalty, or any forms of benefits from the companies, individuals, or groups mentioned in this webinar. Everything that I'm going to be sharing to you will be a product of the research results of a Stanford professor by the name of Dr. Carol Dweck. And with many years of research of trying to really understand why people fail and also some people, they really easily bounce back and become resilient in the face of challenges and problems in their lives. Dr. Carol Dweck published this book entitled Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, How We Can Learn to Fulfill Our Potentials in the Areas of Parenting, Business, School, Relationships. Okay, as I've already shared to you, Dr. Carol Dweck really wanted now to answer these research questions, which is also not the objective of my sharing to you this afternoon. And the answer is really based only on two things. No, she said that why do people shy away and run away from challenges? Why do they really wilt in cases of failures in life? And why do people embrace and are challenged by challenges? And why they thrive in the face of failures and challenges in their life? And according to Dr. Carol Dweck, the answer really lies on two things. No, either you're going to have a fixed mindset or you're going to have a mindset of growth, no, or a growth mindset. So after many, many years really of study, she said the answer really lies on whether you have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. And it would be best, no, to really define what a fixed mindset is and a growth mindset is. So let us now tackle. I will be providing you with 7 characteristics or factors that would now define a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. Okay? So here are the guidelines of a fixed mindset and growth mindset. Guideline number 1, no? For those with a fixed mindset, they believe that intelligence is already fixed. No, your talent, skills, abilities are already fixed. Whereas the growth mindset, people with those growth mindset believe that intelligence can really be developed. And people with growth mindset really believe that natural abilities are really just raw materials. No, it doesn't necessarily mean that if you are really very not very good in math, then forever you're not going to be very good at math. No, according to the growth mindset, some people would simply say that, I'm not really very good in English, I'm not really very good in writing, I'm not really very good in terms of speaking in public, but I can always develop that particular skill. Whereas those with fixed mindset, they will simply tell themselves, I'm not really very good in math, so surely I'm going to really fail. I'm a hopeless case, really, in terms of speaking in English. I cannot be able to really go up on stage and be able now to speak publicly, no? And then they will say, okay, I'm going to give up. That's not really my forte. That's not really my expertise. I don't have any talent, skills, or abilities in that particular area. Okay, so one classic example, I think si Ann Curtis, di ba? Talagang sintonado po yan siya, no? And then she said, I'm going to hire a vocal coach. And though she did, and although she may not be as excellent as Morissette Amon or Regine Velasquez, but nonetheless, she was able now to fix that mga sintonado notes, no? And in fact, I think you have heard that she was able to stage a concert at the Araneta Coliseum, which is a very huge venue, no? And this is really a documentation or a embodiment, no, of a growth mindset, that I may not really have that very, very powerful, excellent voice, but I can develop and I can even stage a particular concert. No? So that's guideline number 1. Guideline number 2 is that a fixed mindset really avoids challenges, whereas a growth mindset embraces challenges and think that they are simply temporary. So, and when challenges come and then when problems would arise, typically those people with a fixed mindset would immediately avoid those problems. They're not going to really take them head on. And they're going now to move away, to distance away from those problems and allow other people now to solve those challenges. Whereas for a growth mindset, they would always say, well, here's a particular problem. It might just be hard at the moment, but it can be also messy at the middle. But eventually, there's going to be something that's going to be beautiful, that's going to arise, no, at the end of all these challenges. So they embrace challenging situations, and their mindset is that this too shall pass. No, this is something which is really just temporary. Okay. If you ask a particular Chinese individual, no, who knows Mandarin, and then you request him, can you just write the word crisis in Mandarin? And typically, there's going to be 2 characters which are going to be written down, as been seen on your monitor. So the Chinese symbol for the word crisis is made up of 2 characters. One stands for the word crisis or a breakdown, and the other one for the word opportunity or breakthrough. No? So for every challenge, for those people with a growth mindset, they will always see it as something which is really an opportunity. For every breakdown, it's always a breakthrough. For every stumbling block in their lives, it's going to be a stepping stone. For every trials, there's going to be a triumph. For every victimhood in their lives, there's going to be a victoryhood later on. And for every wounds inflicted on them, that's going to be now their sources of wisdom later on. So that's a growth mindset. These too shall pass, and things are going to arise beautifully after these challenges. Number 3, fixed mindset believes that failures define who they are. So if I fail in math, surely I'm going to fail in English. I'm also now going to be failing in relationships. I'm not going to be able now to graduate. I'm also going now to be palpak din ako bilang anak or whatever, no? As if the failure defines the other facets or dimensions of their human life. No? But if you have a growth mindset, they always say, my God, no, part of learning. So the many mistakes and the failures that I have really done in my life, they're really sources of my own lessons in life. No, they're really learnings. Of course, the growth mindset would always say, you're not going to be failing all the time naman, no? For every failure, you ferret out all the learnings that you can get. And then if you have another kind of mistake, okay, with the same problem, make sure it's not going to be the same, no? In other words, is that don't ever be able not to commit mistakes all over again. Okay, the growth mindset would say, well, I did a mistake, but I'm able now to learn so that I'll not be able to commit the same mistake again. But of course, we're just humans. We might have the same mistakes with the same problem, but you just have to forgive yourself and then eventually be able now to finally say, I'm not going anymore to commit the same mistake. I already learned my lesson, and then I'm going to move forward and then really now journey into a growth mindset um, uh, path, no, or a pathway. Guideline number 4, fixed mindset. Okay, those people who have a fixed mindset, they usually would love to hide failures, no? Whereas the growth mindset, they will always regard failures and flaws in their lives as really part of their growth journey. Now, this is, I speak now as a psychologist because if you are living in a highly perfectionist environment, or you yourself is a perfectionist, you cannot really tolerate failures or mistakes or flaws in your life. Like, say, for example, no, you live in this kind of environment in the family, and then one night when you were in grade school, and then you were now rushing to go home. And then when you reach home, you were already jumping with joy and telling your parents, Ma, Dad, you know, I got 98 out of 100 in my mathematics class, no? And you're jumping with joy because according to the teacher, I was really the number one in the class, no? 98 of 100, I really topped the exam. And then your parents would say, you're already very happy. What happened to the two? And you're already jumping with joy. In fact, you have two mistakes. My God, if you live in this kind of environment, more often than not, you're going to be hiding failures, no? Because you cannot tolerate, no? Even if you got 99 of 100, you will highlight really now the one mistake rather than the 99 points that you receive. So that's a fixed mindset. No? The reason they don't like to go into a certain kind of opportunities, they would not even grab all those chances for growth because they're so scared they may fail. But for the growth mindset, they always say, well, if I'm going to be provided with an opportunity, for example, if I'm a teacher, I'm going to be a coordinator, I'm going to be assistant principal, I'm going to be now the principal. I know for sure, no, I'm just human and I'm just new in this particular kind of job. Surely I'm going to be encountering flaws and failures. Either I did it unconsciously or really, no, it just arose because of my own mistakes. But nonetheless, all these flaws and failures are really part of my growing to become a better person and a better professional. That's guideline number 4. Okay. So experiences of shame, embarrassment, humiliation really contribute to fixed mindset. So as you were growing up, you have been told, you know, you're really tanga, bobo ka, you're stupid, and all these negative statements or phrases. You cannot be able to really tolerate failures anymore, no? Because of too much shame and embarrassment, you will never take on certain kind of growing or growth opportunities because of the humiliation that may come eventually, because you have had too much shame, embarrassment, or humiliation already in your life. So how parents react to kids' mistake is really a big determinant of the child's mindset. Not only parents, but those significant persons in our lives. That is why we always say, teachers, be careful also with the kind of words that you use on your students, because that's going to have a very huge impact in terms of their self-worth, their self-confidence, their self-image, and also their self-understanding. So we have to be very, 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 very careful with words that we really now tell our teachers, teachers even, no, our students and also our own children. In fact, according to Dr. Carol Dweck, no, she mentions that the tendency to cheat and even to deceive others in order to look smart, okay, they go to that particular extent of cheating and deceiving other people because they always want to look smart. No, for a fixed mindset, a person with a fixed mindset, they will always say, "I would rather want to look smart." But for the person with a growth mindset, I don't care whether I look smart or not. I will just want to learn smart. For me, the learning is the most important because that's going to be the seed for my own personal and professional growth. But for the mixed fixed mindset, they will always say, if I'm going to take on this particular kind of challenging work, will I look smart here? Or maybe eventually they will know that I really do not know anything. And then my ignorance and my stupidity may just really now arise. And I cannot really tolerate that because all my life, I'm trying to put a certain kind of image that I'm just going to be looking smart. Even if I don't look smart, I just have to look smart, okay, rather than really learning smart. But for the person with a growth mindset, okay, if he or she hits an obstacle or challenging situation, he or she simply asks herself, what can I learn from this? What can I do next in my life? Okay, that's it. Now note, you are afraid of challenges or those opportunities or chances for growth because you might unmask your deficiencies and will make you look stupid. So you are protecting your image of looking smart. But why waste time looking smart when you can getting smarter, and you can do that by taking on challenges and you are enjoying learning and growing, no? So okay, I'm learning smart, no? So I did a mistake, I learned from it, I listened to the feedback of other people, and now I'm already now 2 steps ahead, and then I did another mistake, but I'm now learning from it, and then I'm now moving 3 steps forward. So you're enjoying learning and you're also enjoying growing professionally and also personally. Now, guideline number 5, no? Fixed mindset believes that effort is fruitless. Maybe you have heard of certain individuals will say, nagda-diet ka, my God. Okay, as far as I know, regardless of whether you have really put so much hard work there, diets really are useless. No matter how much effort you're going to be putting in that and investing, diets really don't work. But for the growth mindset, in fact, they believe that effort is really the path to mastery. If you want to learn more English, if you want to really know to speak well, then put so much effort. If you really want to become the summa cum laude, the valedictorian, then you have to put more effort. You have to set aside game time. You have to set aside chismis and marites time because you want to put more effort. And if you want to really become the best teacher in your school, and if you really want to be receiving some very good affirmations from your students, I think it's very good that you have to really put more effort and time to put on your lesson plans, to create also very good visuals, and then also very nice materials, no, learning materials, which really require a lot of effort. So yun, okay? And sinasabi ng iba, no matter how much you work so hard, it's not going to really have any kind of meaningful results. Pero sabi ng mga growth mindsets, no, 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 no. I think I don't believe in that, no? If I put more effort, I would really now put more time and really invest a lot of determination and persistence here, I can be able to become an expert in the field. I can become a master, and I can be able now to achieve my goals in life. Okay? So rather than saying I can't do it, take away the apostrophe T and then tell yourself, I can really do it. In fact, I have a very favorite verse from the Bible. While I was doing my doctorate degree, which was quite a little challenging and very difficult for me, okay, I was really consistently telling this to myself. So when my energy went down, and then when I feel that I'm becoming already parang worried that I'm not be able to proceed well, with my doctoral degree studies, I always really repeatedly make mention of this, no, in my mind. No, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. So, here in front of you, take away the apostrophe T and then say, instead of saying I can't do it, you can say I can really do it. And this particular guideline would also point out to us that, if you are living a very comfortable life, there's not going to be growth anymore. If you are really instilled with a lot of growth mindset, it's always good that you have to take moderate amount of risks and then get out of your comfort zone. Because anything or anybody who is just sitting in their comfort area will never be able now to really learn more. They're not going now to hear more. They're not also now going to understand more. And then they cannot serve more or give service to others, people more, if they're just only going to be comfortable in their area of comfort. Guideline number 6, fixed mindset. They're so scared of feedback, who among you here, amongst teachers, usually at the end, of a particular semester or a particular school year, your supervisor or your subject coordinator is going to request you now for a sit down, or a conference with you, and then they're going to be providing you with good feedback and also some areas of improvement, or we call some negative feedback, or constructive feedback. And there are certain individuals who cannot really take the constructive feedback. They will deny it, they will argue with it, they could even debate. But for a growth mindset, they would always say, whether that's good or bad, I will be the one who's going now to sort things out. Okay, because there might just be some people who will just bash on me, or who will just say something bad about me, but it's not really evidenced by facts or realities in life. So whether you're providing me with a good or not a very good feedback, I will embrace them. And then if I see that this particular feedback can really improve me to make me grow and develop as a better person, then I will embrace that. But I'm not scared about feedback. So people who are really very much willing to improve themselves and really develop to become a better person and a professional, they are not really scared about feedback. In fact, they would always want people to provide them with a certain kind of comments. So that it could be in terms of their personality, it could be in terms of their professional work, so that they can really grow, develop, and improve themselves. So that's guideline number 6. So as Bill Gates would say, the billionaire and the CEO of Microsoft, we all need people who will give us feedback. That's how we really improve. Also, when I do counseling or psychotherapy, for example, especially for those people na clients na medyo matagal na, I would always ask, so am I helping you? Is there anything that I need to improve on? Is there something that I said or do that may not have been very helpful or did not facilitate your healing and recovery? Please provide me feedback. It doesn't mean that you have already a PhD. If you are already having a lot of credentials, it doesn't mean that you're already very good at this particular kind of endeavor. So feedback, very, very important for a growth mindset. With a person with a growth mindset, they would really solicit comments, good or bad, from other people in order for them to grow and become a better person. Lastly, guideline number 7, fixed mindset. They feel threatened by the other people's successes. Well, as a growth mindset, they will always be inspired by other person's successes and achievements. As much as possible, we have to really curtail ourselves, or stop ourselves from really insulting other people or undermining the success of another person's, or making negative comments about the successes of achievements of other people, for example, naku, ano lang naman, naging valedictorian yan, or naging salutatorian yan, or Latin honor awardee yan dahil ano lang, sip-sip lang yan, Or, alam, yumaman lang yan siya kasi corrupt yung kanilang mga parents. Ay nako, nakabili lang yan ng sasakyan kasi yan, alam mo naman, no, under the table, yung trabaho niya, kumukuha yan siya ng mga kupit or whatever. No? Stop, 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 stop. No? It's none of our business how they were able to enrich themselves or not. No? Because a growth mindset would always say, well, what did they do? No? Okay. What did they do that made another person, that they made them really successful in their own lives? No. However, if along the way, no, during your conversation with these successful people, if they did it in a very not ethical or moral way, maybe that's not going to be our good role model. No. But if they did it in a very successful way, na talagang it's something which is really done in a very honest and a life with integrity, I think they become our role models in life. No? So rather than put them down, maybe you can you can request them, no, to provide you with the secrets of their own success. But as much as possible, don't be threatened or insecure with the success of another person. You celebrate with them, you cheer with them, and be inspired by their own successes in life. Remember this. Celebrate the success of others as you would want others to celebrate yours, and what goes around really comes around. Okay, here's another quotation I would like to share with you. There will always be someone better at something that you are. A wise person once said, comparison is the thief of joy. Don't let the success of others discourage you from your own endeavors and make you bitter. If someone has done or is doing something you would like to do, let it inspire you and be an indicator that you too can also achieve great things. I also remember I read somewhere, no, there was this particular Hong Kong billionaire. I think he was the richest man in Hong Kong at that time. And then he said, you know, if you really want to be inspired and if you want to be successful also, if you want to become a billionaire, ask this particular person for a lunch out, and then in a particular expensive, for example, hotel or whatever, no, in an expensive restaurant, and then you pay for that particular lunch, because during that lunch conversation, you're going to be getting a lot of inspiration, a lot of lessons, a lot of insights and reflections that this particular billionaire is going to provide you with. Okay, so celebrate and really cheer together with that particular person in their own successes and achievements in life. Remember, comparison is the thief of joy. So don't compare yourself with another person. Continue to be inspired by the other person's successes, and ask them also now to share the secrets of their own success. So you too can be able now to also achieve those great things. Okay, so in summary, what I'm trying to say is that rather than say you cannot, always have the power of yet. So when you say, I can't do this, always end it with yet. No, I can't do this. Yet. I'm not good at this. Yet. I don't understand this yet. It doesn't work yet. This doesn't make sense yet. I'm not rich yet. I'm not I'm not a very good public speaker yet. I'm not very good at math yet. I'm not very good in English yet. Okay, so develop the power of yet. That's a growth mindset. Okay, so in summary, it's very important that we have to get out of comfort zone. We have to take moderate amount of risks by embracing challenges, by sticking to challenges or difficulties in our lives, reframing errors and failures rather than see them as errors. They are really opportunities. Rather than seeing them as stumbling blocks, they can really be stepping stones in our lives. Find solutions and strategies, for always there will always be, and have the excitement and the thrill to improve, grow, and to learn, because growth and learning are the most important things in life. Thank you very much. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ronnie, for sharing with us your insights on how teachers can best take care of their well-being. So we just have a few questions and would appreciate your brief answers. So someone wrote to us, I feel envious and jealous about the success of other people. How do I handle these emotions so I genuinely celebrate the success and achievement of others? I guess, Dr. Ronnie, it seems that social media really magnifies the success of others and highlights what we might think is lacking in us. So, could you let us know what you think?
Yeah, okay. So the best thing is that at least keep in touch with that particular thought and feeling, no? Don't deny it, no? Like, don't simply say, even if you're already envious or jealous, and then say, no, 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 I'm not envious, I'm not jealous. No, 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 no. That's not going to bring you anywhere, no? So the best way is that keep in touch with that, okay? Own it, and then really acknowledge those particular feelings. I'm envious at the moment, no? Yon. And then after that is that remember to tell yourself that comparison is the thief of joy. No? So this particular is individual is really now succeeding, getting achievements, getting accolades, becoming famous, becoming richer, and becoming also now wealthier. That's fine. No? And as the growth mindset would say, well, it's natural to feel jealous and envious, but eventually you also really have to maybe approach that person and then ask, maybe please inspire me, no, how you're able to succeed in your life because I also want to be like you, no. Although I have this particular envious feelings, but I want to go past this feeling, and so please inspire me because your life indeed is something which is really a role model for me. So acknowledge and then challenge that particular feeling and that particular thought. Am I really a failure? Can I be able not to succeed in the same way that this person has succeeded in his life? And now you can be able to get some help from other people.
Yes, that's so true. Okay, so someone also shared that they put so much effort and hard work in what they do, but they still failed several times. So, when is the best time to say give up and let go?
Okay, okay. So it all depends upon you, no? So if you still have the inner resources, you still have the energy, you have the time, you have the perseverance and the persistence, you can still attempt and more attempts, no? As they said, no? They said, no, the bulb was able to be lit up by Edison after more than 1,000 attempts. Yata yun, no? So in the same manner, you don't have to reach that 1,000 attempts to be able not to succeed in that life, no? Halfway between, if you still have the energy, the enthusiasm to take in more no, failures in your life, which is really a growth mindset, then you can, no? However, if you think that, I'm not happy anymore, I'm already exhausted and very tired, even if I've already slept well and I have already now relaxed and I have also taken the time to really rest, but the enthusiasm is no longer there, no matter how much I'm able now to really motivate myself. Maybe it's time to let go. And this is where I would want to become a little spiritual, no? Submit it and surrender it to God. That, Lord, is this really part of your divine plan? If it is, give me so much energy so that I will still attempt for more and provide more efforts to be able now to proceed. If not, Lord, please give me also some signs and give me some directions, no, so that I know exactly that this is really in alignment with your divine will. Ayun. So it all depends upon you.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Ronnie. We'll try to keep that in mind. Okay, so another confess this. They say that they are a perfectionist and they are very scared to fail. So what is the first step do you think they need to perform so they can develop a growth mindset? Dr. Ronnie, I think this is common for so many professionals and not just teachers.
Mm-mm.
To really want to control the outcome of things. So they obsess on making sure that things are perfect and in order. So what is your opinion on this?
So a person who strives for excellence, no? I think we have to really delineate that, no? One is a perfectionist, and the other one is the person who really now strives for excellence, no? Be an excellent person. You don't have to be a perfectionist person. What's the difference, no? A perfectionist person would not really tolerate any kind of flaws, mistakes, or any kind of failures, no? Whereas a person who really strives for excellence would really want the best outcome, no? But along the way, there might be some situations or circumstances beyond his control or her control that would not really provide a 100% outcome. And a person with an excellence mindset would always simply say, well, that's part of the job. We tried our very best, but there are certain things beyond our control. No? So if you're a perfectionist, maybe you have to change your branding of yourself. Rather than say, I'm a perfectionist, I'm a person who strives for excellence. No, I want excellent outcome. So this is the best that I've given, and I celebrate with the outcome. But can I still be able to improve on it? Yes, because after feedback and after evaluation, I think I still have to put some energies and more time and more money and more effort here. No? So that's a person with excellence. So if you're a perfectionist, maybe you have to veer away from that kind of mindset. I'm a person, rather than say I'm a perfectionist, I'm a person who really strives for excellence. So I can tolerate flaws and mistakes, but of course, no, I want still the best. I would put on effort. But if flaws and mistakes would arise, I would simply say there's something to learn from that, and then evaluate well and learn from it, and that I can be able to improve my product, improve my personhood, improve my relationships, improve my parenting, and improve myself. That's it.
Okay, wow, such relevant insights, Dr. Ronnie. We are so grateful for your expertise. And we also thank everyone who submitted their questions. And thank you once again, Dr. Ronnie. From this talk, we realize that we are able to care for our mental health by developing a growth mindset. This can be developed through effort and practice, seeking professional and development opportunities, reflecting on our own teaching practices, and reframing failures as learning outcomes. So, thank you, teachers, for listening in. A self-assessment will be posted in the coming days for you to reflect on as part of your journey towards peace, positivity, and productivity. A certificate of participation will be emailed to you once we receive your self-assessment. Once again, I am Bianca Reyes from Miriam College. Miriam College commits to journey with the Quezon City LGU and QC Schools Division Office in taking care of our teachers. Because after all, QC teachers tayong lahat.